hands where I can see them. Don't move. Sir, I'm just trying to get gas.
He pulled over the wrong kid. Imagine watching a police officer pull his gun on a young man just for reaching for his wallet. Now imagine that same officer losing everything, his badge, his pride, and his career, all in the span of 10 minutes. Before we continue, welcome to Untold Voices. If you enjoy stories that reveal the truth behind power, prejudice, and karma, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and comment where you're watching from. We love seeing how far these stories travel. Meet Marcus Reed, a 21-year-old college student studying computer engineering. Marcus was quiet, polite, and focused. The kind of young man any parent would be proud of. He didn't drink, didn't party, and always kept his head down. He was home from college that summer, saving money by working part-time at an auto shop and helping his mom around the house. That night, he was just heading home after picking up gas and a bottle of water. No friends, no loud music, no drama. Just a kid trying to do the right thing. What no one in that gas station knew, not even the police officer who pulled up moments later, was that Marcus's father wasn't just any man. He was Chief Daniel Reed, the head of the city's entire police department. Enter Officer Frank Miller, a veteran cop with a record full of complaints, the kind of man who thought his badge made him untouchable. He'd been on the force for over 20 years, but his reputation wasn't built on honor, it was built on intimidation. He was known around town for pulling over young black men, searching their cars, and claiming they fit a description. Most people didn't fight back because they knew it was pointless. Complaints got buried, reports got lost, and Frank always walked away clean. He believed every stereotype he'd ever heard and carried that arrogance everywhere he went. And on that warm Friday night, he was about to cross paths with the one person who would finally break his streak. It was just after 9:30 p.m. I was sitting in my old Honda Civic outside a gas station on 8th Street, waiting for my girlfriend to grab snacks inside. The air smelled like fuel and hot asphalt. The parking lot was nearly empty, except for a black Toyota pulling up to the next pump. I noticed the driver right away, a young black man, neat haircut, hoodie, glasses, soft voice as he hummed along to a quiet song playing on his phone. He looked harmless. Just another kid trying to fill up and go home. Then, without warning, red and blue lights flashed behind him. A police cruiser came flying into the lot, tires screeching, siren wailing, even though there was no emergency. The door swung open and out stepped Officer Miller, heavyset, red-faced, and already shouting before he even got near the pump. "Hands where I can see them. Don't move." The kid froze, literally froze mid-motion, the gas nozzle still in his hand. "Sir," Marcus said softly, "I'm just getting gas." "Shut up and show me your ID," the officer barked. "This vehicle matches a description." The words hit like a slap. Matches a description. The same line every young black man had heard at least once. The kid looked scared, but tried to stay calm. "Okay, sir. It's in my pocket. I'm reaching for it now, all right? Don't move." Miller shouted again, his hand twitching toward his gun. I could feel the tension rising like static in the air. A woman in a nearby SUV started recording. I did too. Something told me this was about to go bad. Marcus lifted one trembling hand slowly. "Please, I'm not doing anything wrong. I just need you to listen." But Miller wasn't listening. He was too far gone in his own authority trip. He took a step back, eyes locked on Marcus's pocket, and unclipped his holster. That click, that sharp mechanical sound, made my stomach twist. Everyone went silent. The only sound was the hum of the gas pump and the pounding of my heartbeat. Marcus's hands were shaking now. His voice cracked. "Please don't shoot me. My ID's right here." And then it happened. A sleek black SUV pulled into the lot. No sirens, no flashing lights, just quiet, steady authority. The driver's door opened and out stepped a tall man in plain clothes. Dark skin, gray hair, calm eyes that could freeze fire. He didn't shout. He just walked straight toward the scene. "What's going on here, Officer Miller?" His voice was deep, calm, but dangerous. Miller blinked, confused. "Sir, I'm handling a situation. This man was acting suspicious." The man's expression didn't change. "Suspicious?" he repeated. "You mean my son? The one you just pulled a gun on?" The air went still. Miller's mouth fell open. His face drained of color. "Sir, I didn't know." "Oh, I believe you," the man interrupted, stepping closer. "You didn't know he was my son. You just saw a young black man and decided he was guilty. That's when it hit me. I knew that face. I'd seen it on the news during press conferences at community events. It was Chief Daniel Reed, the highest ranking officer in the city. Miller realized it too, but it was already too late. The chief turned to his son. Marcus, are you all right? Marcus nodded weakly, still trembling. I'm fine, Dad. Then the chief looked back at Miller. His calm turned ice cold. Call for backup, he said. Now. Within minutes, 2 more patrol cars pulled in. One of the arriving officers looked shocked when he saw who was standing there. The chief pointed to Miller. Heck, disarm him. The other officers hesitated. Miller's face turned beet red. Sir, I can explain. No, the chief said sharply. You've done enough explaining for one lifetime. The other officers took Miller's gun and badge on the spot. The chief didn't yell. He didn't make a scene. He just spoke the words that would end Miller's career forever. You're finished. Effective immediately. Miller's hands shook as he handed over his badge. The same badge he had used for years to intimidate and control. He looked around for sympathy, but no one spoke. Not even his fellow officers. The chief stood tall, silent, watching as Miller stumbled back toward his cruiser. The once proud officer looked smaller than ever, a broken man walking away from the only thing that gave him power. As he drove off, the parking lot stayed completely still. The chief turned to the bystanders. Thank you all for recording, he said. If anyone asks, tell them exactly what you saw. People nodded quietly. The cameras kept rolling. Later that night, the department issued a statement. Officer Frank Miller has been terminated following an incident involving misconduct and racial bias. It spread fast. News outlets picked it up. Videos went viral. Within 24 hours, Miller's name was everywhere. His neighbors turned their backs. His family moved out of state. No police department would touch him again. He went from feared to forgotten, a warning story whispered in training sessions. I still think about that night sometimes. How close it came to ending in tragedy. How one man's ego could have taken an innocent life. Marcus went back to college a few weeks later. He doesn't talk about it much, but I can still see the fear that night left behind. The way his hands trembled when he held that wallet, the way the chief looked at him like he'd seen too many sons almost taken the same way. The scariest part wasn't the gun. It was knowing that if the chief hadn't shown up, Marcus might have just been another headline. So here's the truth I learned that night. Racism hides behind badges, titles, and uniforms. But justice, real justice, doesn't care who you are. Because karma always finds its way home. If this story moved you, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories just like this one. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Untold Voices wants to know how far these stories reach, because somewhere out there, another Marcus is just trying to get home. And maybe, just maybe, your voice can help make sure he does.